Well, hello everybody. It is Sunday, February the 8th. Yes, it is Super Bowl Sunday. And I am Chris Allen. And welcome into 270 weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Now, I haven't done one of these in the last couple of days. Haven't haven't felt all that great. Tell you the truth, it's just been, I don't know if it's something that's going around or, you know, what it could be necessarily, but I've just had this, eh. I won't go into detail. It just, anyway, so, so is there any reason why here at 5:52 Central Time you're not watching the Super Bowl? I mean, it's kicked off by now, right? And it's on News 40. It's on NBC 40, in case you didn't know. There is this big game going on tonight. It's going on right now, as a matter of fact. But anyway, if you'd rather watch this, then hey, I'm okay with that too. So yeah, I haven't done this for a couple of days because I've just not felt that great this weekend, and just feeling a little, I don't know what it is. But anyway, we'll move on from that. I do want to bring you up to date on the weather because, as you've no doubt have been perusing the social media pages today, and maybe over the course of the weekend, you've seen all kinds of things: rain, snow, ice, wind, hurricanes, tornadoes, and the scurvy. Although that latter one, just take some vitamin C and you'll be okay. So there you go. Let's see if I can break all this down for you in a short amount of time, so you can get back to the Super Bowl and you can watch what you want to watch. So anyway, Ed is wanting to know, why am I not watching? I don't care. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, sometimes I've watched it, and sometimes I don't. Look, I got to go to bed at, here in the next couple of hours to get up at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I usually never find out who the winner is of the Super Bowl until the next day, anyway. And I will know as soon as I get to work, and it's okay. It's not like I got money played on bets or anything like that. So it's not a big deal. Okay, let's check the weather. Everything's fine. It's been a good day. We've had a high of 45 here in Bowling Green, 4 degrees cooler than the normal high temperature of 49 here in Bowling Green. And the low this morning was 23. Now, we've seen a few more clouds come in this evening, but there's nothing really coming from those clouds. Now, you see that there is like this little area of precipitation down here southwest of Nashville, but there's not a whole lot going on there. And that's really the only thing that's on the maps right now. Let's go on to the Kentucky Mesonet Network. I do want to show you this, though. Now, if you want to see what's called a temperature gradient, many of you have asked, what is it, or have asked me in the past, and maybe I haven't had time to define it or talk about it, but I can actually show you a temperature gradient that is going on right now. So, for instance, over here in the northeastern corner of the state of Kentucky, over here in Vanceburg, many of you probably don't even know where that is. It's on the Ohio River, borders Ohio, Lewis County. They are right now, as of 5:55 p.m., they're at 16 degrees. Then let's go down to Louisa, Kentucky. In Lawrence County, they're at 23 degrees. And then let's go over to, shall we say, Winchester. They're at 26. How about Lexington? 26. How about Shelbyville? 23. Okay, well, all right. Then we start to see 31 in E-Town. Then we come down here to Bowling Green. It's 35 at the Corvette plant, 37 at the Western Ag Expo Center. But check this out. It's 41, almost 41 in Logan County, Russellville. And then it's 46 in Hickman, that's in Fulton County. So you've got 46 on the western side of the state, and it's 16 on the far northeastern side of the state. Well, that's a 30-degree difference right now, right this moment. 30-degree difference. Isn't that crazy? There it is, the whole state of Kentucky, and look at it. Really cold over here, and then just a bit warmer over here in the west. Now, why is that happening? I will show you in just a moment. First, let's check the numbers for today. These are the air temperatures right now, but we had highs today close to 50. In fact, it was 52 for the high temperature in Hickman, Kentucky. That's over there in Fulton County, western part of the state, right on the Mississippi River. Then for Bowling Green, we had a high of, let's see, according to the Kentucky Mesonet, anywhere from 42 to 44. But the high over in the eastern part of the state today, Pikeville, 20. 21. Round it up, 21. So 21 eastern Kentucky, 52 western Kentucky. Now, Kentucky, granted, is a big state, 120 counties, but that's still pretty impressive. So how low was the air temperature this morning? Like, how cold was it to start? Here's the thing that's really strange, is that everybody, pretty much everybody, started out this morning single digits. Louisa, 7 this morning. Oh, but look at this. In Vanceburg in Lewis County, where it's 16 right now, it was -6. 6 below zero this morning in Vanceburg, Kentucky. And it was as chilly as, well, 23 here in Bowling Green. Most everybody started cold, either in the teens or 20s, and the exception being these few single digits over here to the east. But man, that's a big swing all the way around. No rainfall, no precipitation anywhere around Kentucky. Let's look at the winds. Okay, now, the winds at the moment coming out of the east and northeast at 5 to 10, the winds are pretty much blowing all the same direction. So what's causing all this weird setup? Well, this would be it right here. Part of it, anyway. You've got the layout of the fronts right now. You've got big ridge of high pressure that's east, sitting over parts of the Great Lakes. There you see it. So we've got an easterly flow, really kind of northeasterly flow coming in. Then you've got this little, it's a little disturbance kind of a thing here that's over the Smokies. And then you've got all this back here moving through Missouri, Iowa, parts of the Dakotas. All of that kind of plays into how the temperatures behaved, if you will, today. Plus, some parts of the state had cloud cover and others did not. So it's a combination of all of that that played into what we had today as far as those kind of temperatures. You could go from one end of the state to the other and find really a lot of different kind of weather all in one state. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go to the maps and I'll show you what's going to happen because I know a lot of you are wondering. Are kids going to have school tomorrow? Is there going to be school tomorrow? Well, I don't know. I don't keep up with that anymore. You guys will have to watch News 40 Sunrise in the morning at 6 a.m. Or you could just, I'm sure you've got by now, I would think the school systems have sent out something on your phones. I don't know. Since I don't have kids that young anymore, I don't know. So I wish I could answer that question for you, but I can't. I'm sure at WNKY.com, you can check school closings there and you will be able to find out. Okay. Here's a look at the current map situation. As I mentioned, we've got fairly tame weather going on right now. The winds are coming in from the east and northeast. But this little bad boy back here to the west, it's actually going to help play a role in our weather going forward. And I'll show you. See how this thing gets a little bit longer? Well, it's all riding on the big high pressure that's sitting over Lake Erie. Is that Erie? Yeah. No, there's Erie right there. Whoops. Yeah, there's Erie. So this is, no, that's Erie. That's Ontario, right? Okay. So sometimes I get those mixed up. Anyway, so the winds around high pressure go like the hands on a clock. So we've got the easterly fetch, northeasterly fetch going on. And then we've got this series of low pressure systems. And really, this is not much of a front. It's more of a warm front than anything else. And it's got these little waves of low pressure that kind of ride along the front. It's not really producing any kind of real precipitation. It's putting off a few clouds, but that's about the extent of it. Now, as we get into the day tomorrow, this is 6 a.m. This is 6 p.m. this evening. Here's midnight. It comes a little closer, a little disturbance, kind of riding along there. We get into 6 a.m. tomorrow. It moves into western Kentucky, but you may be wondering, well, why isn't there any rain? How come there's nothing showing up? Shouldn't it be low pressure system and a frontal boundary? Why is there not any rain? Well, because of this high pressure. High pressure is keeping the air dry. And so here near the ground, dew points they're only running in the 20s. So that's some really dry air. So there's nothing to support, even though there's a boundary here, there's nothing to support any moisture. It's anything would be hard pressed to get something going here in this kind of an atmosphere. So that's why I say this is mostly like a warm front. Anything else other than that, it's not going to do much. So this is 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here's noontime tomorrow. It moves right over the Bowling Green area. Are we going to see anything from it? Probably not. This is going to be a warm-up. This is the beginning of the warm-up. And you can tell because look at the winds back here. Even though they're not tight, these winds, you can see it right here, coming up out of the south and southwest as we get into the day tomorrow, right over southern Kentucky, but nothing forming ahead of it because there's your high pressure. And again, the high pressure is stronger than this little weak wave of low pressure. So there's no support for any kind of moisture of any kind. We may see a few clouds out of it, but that's about it. Now tomorrow, I'm expecting the winds to like I showed you here, coming up out of the south and southwest. But that's the extent of it. Maybe a few clouds, but I do expect us to get up to around 60. Yeah, tomorrow, Monday, 60. That'll be nice. Okay. So let's go to midnight early Tuesday. Not a lot going on here. You can see that these little systems are just kind of stuck. There's not really a whole lot of movement going on, which is a good thing because then we actually get to benefit from some sun and kind of a warmer flow, if you will. Now, this just reset on me. Here we go. Okay, let me back up one because it reset on me. This is 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Frontal boundary, weak low pressure system, and the winds coming out of the south and west. The more potent system is back here in the Rockies, stretching out into the Pacific. The most potent system is the one that's over southern Canada. This one right here, 1004 millibar low pressure system. And over the Great Lakes, there's a little bit of snow. There's a little bit of mix because temperatures even there is going to warm up a little more. So here we are, Monday night. Let's go to Tuesday morning. Here comes a cold front. Now, I will tell you that Tuesday will start warmer. There's going to be a bit of a breeze coming in from the south and southwest, and you can see it right here. See those lines, isobars, southwest, southwest. There's your warm front. So after getting up to 60 tomorrow, we may get up into the mid to upper 60s on Tuesday before we begin to tap into some Gulf moisture in the form of rain. As you can see here, we've got a nice little cold front set up for Tuesday evening, and with it will come showers. Thunderstorms? I know you've heard that today, and I'm sure you probably have seen it somewhere. Oh, there's going to be storms. There's going to be bad storms. It's going to be, it's going to be rough. And no. Frontal boundary with some support. The moisture does start to come in, and yes, there will be rain. But right now, everything is in the form of rain on Tuesday. We go into Wednesday, and we see the front kind of starting to stall out just a little bit across the Tennessee Valley, associated with a low-pressure system up over Maine, and then little waves and little ripples around the front back to the west, and there's your Rockies storm going on. Combination of everything there: rain, sleet, snow, ice, you name it. But for us, just rain, as you can see, right here over southern Kentucky. Now, I know you're looking real close and you're going, well, what's that little purple right there up about E-Town and then over here in West Virginia? Well, okay. So Wednesday morning, I will tell you that by Wednesday morning, temperatures will be in the upper 30s to around 40. But once you go a little bit further north, temperatures may just be cold enough for somebody to get something slight, a little bit mixed in with the rain, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. Here we go into Thursday morning. Now, that rain moves on. That system moves south, but we're not done yet. We're not done. That's going to be a short break as we get into Wednesday evening. But this is the next system. This is the moisture moving in with the next system that's going to bring us more rain as we get into Thursday and the upcoming weekend. Here we go from Thursday morning to Friday morning. And as you can see, the system stalling out down across the south is actually going to send little impulses up our way, meeting up with that moisture I showed you up to the north, and it's all going to be rain. Now, if somebody's telling you it's going to be something else, they're just not telling you the truth. Way up here, Milwaukee, Chicago, Des Moines, maybe Indianapolis. Yeah, some snow or maybe a mix, but for us, rain. This is going to be a fairly deep flow of moisture that's going to be with us. This is Friday morning, the 13th. Now, if you'll recall, Friday the 13th and Valentine's Day this coming Saturday. Remember last week I was talking about that they were all talking about this huge storm that's supposed to be traipsing across the country and it's going to bring violent tornadoes and it was going to bring... Where's that now? Oh, it's conveniently gone. Don't get me started. Here we are into Saturday, rain. Here we are into Sunday, rain. In fact, it looks like, yes, we are going to stay warm enough for this week to where it's just rain. I mean, it gets cooler, yes, but only temporarily. For instance, I'll show you the numbers coming up. You're going to see a lot of 50s. You're going to see a lot of 50s and a lot of 60s this week. You're not going to see temperatures cold enough for snow or anything else. I just moments before I came on here this evening, and it's 6:13 right now on this Sunday evening as the Super Bowl is on. You're missing it. You're missing the Super. Okay, you don't care. Just before I came on, somebody was like, "Ooh, winter's going to make a comeback, and it could be this week." Do you see winter in any of this around here where we are? 270? Any of it? Do you see any? Let me back it up. Let me go backwards. You see it there? See it there? See it there? Is it there? Is it there? Is it? Nope. See, you've been duped again. Okay, well, let's look at another map. Let's look at the European model, which is had a lot of validation. I mean, it's been rock solid. You see the rain snow line, retreat, going north. Look at the big ridge building, and it continues to build out to the west. Notice, yeah, boy. Does that look like winter to you? No, I didn't think so. Here we go. We're going to go Tuesday into Wednesday. Yeah. Oh, I see rain. Yeah, rain. Okay, I showed you that already. Here we go into Wednesday. And now into Thursday. Now I do see, now you see the rain snow line coming a little bit closer to us. And yes, the upper flow is going to bring low snow showers into parts of the Great Lakes, eastern Great Lakes, but nothing down this far. Let's go Thursday into Friday. Notice how the rain snow line just stops and it just kind of wobbles back and forth. Now, all right. So now we have found something that's a little different than what I just showed you. But hold on now. Hold on. This on Friday, this would be next Friday. This is a little piece of energy that wants to try to work through the upper flow. But look how close it is to the warm side of things here. You've got warm air that's riding along. If anything, it would be kind of an overrunning situation where you get just enough warm air to where, yes, above you, it could be something colder, but by the time it reaches the ground, it could be rain, it could be mixy, but it's still way too soon to say that this is anything for sure. But notice it doesn't last long. It's gone. Look at that. 2 frames and it's gone. That's next Friday. We're going to be right on the border. And now we go into Friday, into Saturday. Look at all that rain down south. And look at us warming up again. Now, could this be the system that they were all looking at was going to be that big of a deal? Well, but okay, but they're a couple of days off. They said it was going to be dun dun Friday the 13th and dun dun Saturday the 14th, Valentine's Day. We're all supposed to be like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Well, even next Sunday, this still it's a fairly deep low, as you can see, 994 millibar. And it's fairly wound up. But you know what? This is far enough away to where even with the very, very reliable European model, that we can't say for sure that this far out that this is going to verify. I mean, with any model, you get this far out and you start getting, it's like verification numbers start going down. Now, in the next few days, if this holds, then it looks like we would get mostly rain, maybe some thunderstorms. And it does look windy, tight isobars there. But look how far north the rain snow line is. The jet running well to the north. So we go Sunday into Monday. That's not tomorrow. Next Monday, the 16th. Little notch. You see it right there of cold air coming in right there. Let's see if it holds. We get into next week, the following week. Warm, warm, warm. Oh, wow. Ooh, look. Ooh. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's a little too soon to say for sure because that one's kind of really on the fence. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Now, there you see the numbers for tomorrow and Tuesday. 60 tomorrow. We're going to be right there. And as I said, maybe close to 70 on Tuesday. And then we go to 52. Now, I know some of you may be looking at that and going, now, wait a minute. Now, in the wintertime, when this happens, you've told us before that if we have a big temperature swing like that, we get it really warm and then it crashes. Look out, there could be severe weather. And yes, I have said that before, but you have to have the right situation. You have to have the right kind of setup for that to happen. Now, let's go back and look at Tuesday. Just real quick. So remember that 69, 70 degrees on Tuesday, then 52 on Wednesday. Okay, let's go to Tuesday. Here's Tuesday, cold front coming in. Cold front pushing through on Tuesday. So before this front comes through, most likely we will be close to 70 degrees. But then look, rain stays with us into Wednesday and the front stalls out, becomes stationary down south. That's not your classic severe weather setup. It's just not. It's not the kind yes, the temperatures get knocked down, but it's only because the frontal boundary sinks further south away from us. Wait a minute. I see that you're not seeing that. Let me back this up. So here we go. Tuesday, the front west of us. Here's Tuesday night. The front comes through. We get up close to 70 that day, then just rain. And then here we go into Wednesday morning. The front goes south of us and stalls. That keeps rain in the forecast, but that's not your classic severe weather setup for the wintertime. All that is a front coming through with a good chance of rain and the front stalls south of us. It's not like we're on the fence, if you will. It's all going to be rain, and even though the temperatures, there will be a changeover. Yes, it's not the kind of changeover that signals severe weather. So in this case, I don't think that applies. But we will keep an eye. I will keep an eye on it. Yeah. So then after that, here's what I was talking about at the very beginning. Look at all those 50s. Look at all that. After, well, starting Wednesday, going into next weekend and the following week, almost every single day is going to be in the 50s. And does it get cold enough at night to maybe see something mixing in? Well, maybe in a few places. But really, this is going to have a warmer lean to it. And I don't see any major contrasting systems coming in that's going to make it just abruptly shift from one to the other. So right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the big blow up, big storm, the world is ending kind of scenario that they're all putting out there. I just don't see it. To me, this looks like, hey, actually, we're going to try to get things more in line with where they should be for this point in the year, which is running into early to mid February. And early to mid February, we should be running about 50, 51, 52 degrees over the next 10 days. And there you go. And those 2 days that you see there, 60 tomorrow and 69, maybe 70 on Tuesday, that's just a one-off. It's not setting a trend. It's just a one-off. And that's it. Beyond that, I don't see any big red flags. So this, I take this as all good news. I don't really see anything that's going to be that bad, really. And that's a good thing. Now, what I would suggest is, and this is what I'm going to do, is in the coming days, and when I do this again tomorrow night here in my home studio after looking at it tomorrow morning on News 40 Sunrise and throughout the day, and then when I'm ready to do this again tomorrow night, we will revisit this again and we'll look and I'll look, and if there's something that has changed that should raise a red flag, then I'll certainly raise it. But right now, again, the hype machine has just gone nuts. There's not anything that's to me, the biggest deal out of all of this forecast that I'm looking at right here is that it's going to get near 70 on Tuesday. To me, that sounds glorious. And whatever little bitty traces of snow and ice are still out there, and there's still some out there, we'll just say, bye-bye, Felicia. Bye-bye, Felicia. It'll be gone. That's good news. But don't read too much into, we're going to go to 70 and then to 52. Oh, something bad's going to happen. No. We don't have that kind of a setup with this one. Not this time. Not that kind of a setup. So I'm not going to worry about it. But you know what? The time to be concerned is if you're not prepared. And this is what I'm always saying. It doesn't matter what the temperatures are or what storms are coming in. If you're prepared, then you're going to be ready and you're going to know what to do, right? Well, that's why it pays to have a Generac generator. And you know what? I was visiting our good friend Barry Connolly at R&R Controls on Friday this week, and he and I had a really good visit. And he says, "Look, I got to tell you, I appreciate all the talk about the Generac generators, but," he says, it's crazy how many people are asking for them." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could have told you that probably was going to happen." But there are a lot of you who have come. In fact, you're not going to believe me when I say this, but when I was there at R&R Controls on Friday, they actually got a phone call while I was there and we were having a conversation. Phone call said, "This person called in and said they're interested in a Generac generator because of your podcast." And I'm like, "No, no, no, you guys, all right, okay. You guys set this up on purpose. I get it. Impeccable timing, blah, 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 blah." And they're like, "No, we don't know who these people are. It's just somebody called out of the blue and said they saw me talking about it on my podcast and said, we want to know more about a generator, about getting." I swear to you, that actually happened. And I was like, wow. I'm telling you, that's the kind of response that is coming in, and probably not just to R&R Controls, but to any dealer that deals with generators. But you know what? There's all kinds of generators out there, but there's only one Generac, the number one name in generators. And I know I've talked to enough of you guys to know that since this winter storm, it's got you thinking. It's got you thinking. And some of you have called R&R Controls to see about getting a generator. Well, now all I got to say is get in line, because there's a lot of people ahead of you. But I also know this, that they will return your call. And if you want them to, they can come out to your home, take a look around, take a look at what you've got, take a look at what you need based on the square footing of your house. Or maybe it's your business. Maybe it's not just your house. Maybe it's a business that you run and you need a generator for your business because you want to keep rolling. You don't want interruptions. Within seconds of the power grid going off, your Generac generator slips on, clicks on, slips on, clicks on within seconds, and just keeps on going. And you get to keep on going, and you don't lose money. That's the big thing. You don't lose money. And that's what makes these things so great. So trust R&R, give them a call, set up something. Yeah, it may take a few days to get to you, but I reassure you that they're going to get to you and they'll take care of you. 270-777-2024. The number to call, 270-777-2024. Or you can go to their websites, rnrcontrols.com or rnrhvac.com. Because with R&R Controls, you'll never be without. I just thought that just blew my mind. We're having a conversation about generators, and then while I'm sitting there, somebody calls and says, "Hey, I've been watching Chris Allen and the podcast, and yeah, I would like to see about getting one of those generators." I'm like, yeah, you guys set this up, but you didn't? Amazing. I love it. All right, let's get to some of your comments here. Junior, best part But the best part, look at those lows, no 20s. You're right. I didn't see any 20s in that 10-day span, did you? No. Wow, I know. No snowstorms, no ice, no freezing rain. Yeah, I like it too. Tambra, I never did thank you for the snow. My nieces and nephews got to use the sleds. I got them for Christmas in No Bob, Kentucky. Well, Tamara, thank you. You don't have to thank me. I had nothing to do with it. Just saying. But thank you nonetheless. Here's Gretch watching from Auburn. Thank you. Here's Brad watching from Woodburn. Here's Steve. Great temperatures. Thanks for the forecast. You're welcome, Steve. Thank you. Here's Jed. I don't see 90 degrees. I call BS. Well, I didn't say 90 degrees. Somebody else maybe did. Now, 60 or 70, yes. Not 90. I don't know where you got the 90. Anyway, here's Carl. NEFA's community. Thank you for watching. Here's Terry up in Beaver Dam. Thank you. Here's Peggy. T-ville, over home. T-ville. Now, when I say that, I had somebody the other day just to talk about Tompkinsville. Somebody said, I heard you say one other time, T-ville, over home. What does that mean? You kind of have to be from Monroe County to know what that means. It's a local thing. When you tell somebody asks you, yeah, where are you from? And they say, over home. That's Tompkinsville. You can also use T-ville. They will accept. If you say T-ville, they know you mean Tompkinsville. Or you could just say over home. And most people around here know that that's what that means too. But you can only use over home for Tompkinsville. It's a known fact. You can look it up. It's in the Webster's dictionary. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. Here's Lana from Allen County. Thank you for watching. Here's Jeremy. He's got a question. Are the Great Lakes still producing lake effect snows? Are they usually frozen over by now? Yes, you would be correct. Now, there have been some lake effect snows going on. In fact, they've had ice. And just today, I forgot where it was. I want to say it's Lake Erie. You can look it up. Lake Erie. I want to say they had a satellite photo of about a 75-mile crack in the ice in Lake Erie that the satellite view picked up today. That because of the clear sky, satellite looked down on Lake Erie and it showed like a 75-mile crack in the ice. You know why that's happening? Because it's getting warmer. But it's pretty cool. I wish I'd saved it and I would have put it on here because that would have been cool to show you guys. But look it up. It's true. Here is Frida. Glad we won't be getting snow this week. Me too. Oh. Here's Junior. The groundhog doesn't know everything. Well, I tried to tell you that. I tried to tell y'all that last week. That overgrown varmint doesn't know what he's talking about. 6 more weeks of winter. Come on. Here's Timmy watching in Bee Spring. Thank you. Let's see. Here's Debbie. Glad it's going to warm up. Yep, me too. Danny, some rain will help settle the mud. Yeah, because right now it's just all mud from frozen, then melted, then frozen, then remelted, and then frozen again, ice and snow. And that's that yucky mud that you just can't get rid of. It's just kind of nasty. Ugh. Here's Sharon, watching from Adair County. I used to live in Adair County, up there near Columbia. Cane Valley, to be specific, years and years ago. but I like Adair County. Yeah. All right. One last one. Michelle, you're the best weatherman. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Michelle Pfeiffer? No, Piper. I thought it was Michelle Pfeiffer, like the actress Michelle Pfeiffer. No, Piper. Now I know we get. Hey, this audience is pretty broad here, so hey, wouldn't surprise me. Steve, good time to sow grass. You know what? You want to take advantage of the nutrients. Once that snow gets in the ground, and you put a little seed in there, and then it takes it all the way down into the roots. This is a good time for that. Reseeding a yard. Yeah. So anyway, that's going to do it. 45 minutes. I've gone long enough. And like I said, I'm trying to get over some kind of, I would go into detail, but I'm not going into detail. Let me just say that it's been a challenging weekend. I haven't just felt my best. And I can't really pinpoint what it is, but it's been one of those situations where I warm up, then I cool down, then I feel like I'm sweating, and then I just feel weak, and then it's just been crazy. But anyway, you guys, thank you for watching. I love you. Appreciate it. I will see you in the morning, 6 a.m., News 40 sunrise, then again at News 40 at noon and at 9. So it's 6, 9, and noon. 6, 9, and noon tomorrow on News 40. In the meantime, have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Thank you for watching, and God bless.